Osayo, everyone. How y'all doing today? Ugh. Give me a minute here, folks. Sorry about that, but my head's starting to hurt. And y'all know me, yawning usually means an onset of migraine or eventually bad headache. But anyways, I am Crow. Excuse me. As I was saying, I am Crow, your entertainer for this broadcast, and welcome to my community mod showcases where I show you how to manually install a mod, generally one mod at a time, just one mod per showcase. Breakfast is coming back up. Well, anyways, where I generally show you how to install one mod at a time and its prerequisites and what it requires to run into any game that a mod is a. Let's start this over again, Crow. This series is about me showing you, the viewer, how to manually install a mod and its prerequisites into your game, as well as troubleshoot any bugs that mod may have while installing it. You can request mods from me to showcase and install. You can request any bug fixes or troubleshoots you're having with your own mod list. I'd go through the spiel on how you can do it, but right now my head's pounding, so let's just get in with it, okay? And I sent myself to the void. Always do that for some reason. G4, not G2. And today's mod is the Answer Iconic Addon mod. It adds a new iconic Unity pistol with the ability to pierce through walls, kind of like the way the Johnny's Malorian was from the previously to the Cyberpunk updates. And as you can guess, yes, we're doing a Cyberpunk mod because I'm still on a Cyberpunk kick. If we click on the image here, we could actually get a rundown of its stats. Kind of a little blurb. And yes, it's a pistol. To check when it was last updated, it was last updated on November 2nd of 2023. And it was uploaded on October 29th of 2023. So I don't know what year you're watching this in, but currently it's December 30th, 2023 as of the date of this broadcast. So this is a relatively new mod, and it should work with version 2.1 of Cyberpunk 2077. No guarantees, though. So for the requirements coming down, it actually, you may see all these and go, oh man, I gotta install all that. Not really. All you really need to install is Archive XL, Red 4X, Tweak XL, and Red Mod. Yeah, this is actually a Red mod. We'll be downloading Red mod first, or if you are, we'll get to that one first. But as per usual, I will be reading all this. In Night City, there is a price on everything. Question is, who's going to foot the bill, you or them? With this gun, you have the answer. Of course, it's not an off-the-shelf model, modded to the exact specification of, I don't want to get shot back. This gun boasts increased damage and armor penetration at the cost of other stats. Though Wilson did experiment a bit, so it punches holes not only through armor, but mega blocks. Oops. Who'd have known you could pull that much out of a 45? Not Wilson, because he straight up rechambered it to fire rifle rounds instead. Not generally a good idea, but it didn't explode. So far. No iconic is replaced by this specific mod, so that's good. It will be at Wilson's. Is it a Second Amendment shop for pickup? And since V has prepaid, it's free for you to pick up. Now, as you can see, here are its base stats. Its attack speed is a 2.23. Its base damage before any upgrades that you may do with your modification, like with Preem Weaponsmith or like that, is 2.8. Its reload speed is a 0.50. Its effective range is 30, which is good. Its weapon handling is 4.01. You get plus a 125% headshot damage multiplier. It's plus, and you get a plus 50% armor penetration. On top of that, it acts like the Malorian in that I believe it has ricochet and wall penetration. Don't quote me on it, but this mod is also compatible with Unlock Me a Slot mod, which I will go ahead and open up in a new tab to show you, which allows you to put a slot, to put mod slots. I wish I could turn this page, move it to the left, like rotate it leftwards. But Iconics in the base Cyberpunk 2077 does not allow you to put modification chips or anything to say like a tighter, like a give it Dragon's Breath, a more stability, increased critical chance, stuff like that. It doesn't allow you to do that because Iconics don't have ability. They don't have those customization slots. So you can have that. You don't have to. If you use the answer with the mod author's weapon scaling rebalance mod, you may or may not find a joke. You have been warned. Huh. That may be interesting, but we're not going to do that right now. By using this mod, you, the user of the mod, acknowledge that combining silencers on a wall-piercing gun may be overpowered at times. Yeah, I will definitely agree. And make sure you actually purchase your silencers legally, by the way. This is not legal advice, but do it legally. Make sure you get the sales, purchase the sales tax and the tags, and are registered licensed donor for that, and get it from the your legal sellers. Optional version, no piercing. There's two versions of this. After some tests, the mod author confirmed that CDPR was right in not adding a silenced wall-piercing one-shotter. Turns out to be a little bit too OP overpowered, they mean, to be available so early. But the mod author thinks V should have a signature iconic tailored for stealth, cause just look at the tutorial or the second tutorial. So the mod author made a version without the wall piercing and pretty much a normal Unity pistol handling. Keep the Overture recoil though, so it feels really nice and E. You know that kind of that kickback, that really nice pow. So compared to the attack speed, the attack speed's gone up to 2.97 from the wall piercing one from a 2.23. Damage it may have gone up further on from the 0.00 onward. That may have gone up. That's why it's 0.00. Reload speed is 0.775, which is 25 hot 0.25 faster than the wall piercing. Effective range seems to be the same. Weapon handling for the non-piercing is a 4.04, which is just a little bit better at handling. So the non-wall piercing one overall is better, but you don't get the wall piercing. And you still... Oh, and the headshot damage is plus 25% multiplier, while the wall piercing is a plus 125%. Swapping between versions should keep the item in your inventory, but the mod author cannot make any guarantees, and neither do I. I just stick with one version, and that's it. But we will be testing out both versions. Now we'll be showing you how to install both versions. Remember, we're installing this manually. The mod author's already getting reports of bugs that, quite frankly, don't make sense. It also keeps the joke from a weapon scaling rebalanced. Takes a good bit of fine-tuning to get an exact damage value. Ooh. Is this the one I think it is? But hey, they're here for that bit. Is it 69 or 420? Or 350? Well, anyways, we could go to the post section to see what they're up to. They're first off, John's TT or John's crying, whichever ones you want to however you want to pronounce it. In their sticky, which is the red one, and it's locked. They say recheck, double check if the prerequisites are up to date, and notify them before notifying them of any bugs. This is interesting. If you want to use this mod without red mod, all you have to do is place the answer Dart archive and Unity answer Dart archive.xl in the folder path. Okay. This is very useful for us to know, like, right now. Otherwise, we may have not known. And as you can see, I actually made a comment right here, just kind of playing off the name, the answer, the last word, a swift retort, a biting critique, a good ribbing, and the burning question. But anyways, for bugs, we've got bugs November for November 4th, 2023, November 2nd, 2023. Add-on, name missing and description messed up. If you're having any problems and bugs, submit it to the bugs or put it in the post section. The mod author may get to it, they may not. Don't know. It's up to the mod author. For our purposes, what we want to do is go to the file section and scroll down. As you see, there are two sections here. We have the main file And we have the optional file. The main file is the one with the wall piercing. The second option is just a regular old the Unity pistol that has been buffed a bit. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. For us to manually download, we click on manual download. And it automatically tells us we need to download a few things. So, guess what we forgot to do? We forgot to download what it's telling us we need to download. So, I'm going to click on up over here on says close this X, and I'm going to go to descriptions. And I'm going to come down to requirements. Now, it's saying we need Archive XL. We could download Cyber Engine Tweaks, CET. Native Settings, UI. Red 4X. Well, actually, Native Settings, UI, and Cyber Engine Tweaks are just optional. Unless... yeah, those are just optional. Unless we are installing Unlock Me a Slot, which we are not. Red 4X is currently needed, and so is Tweak XL. Also, an official DLC is needed called Red Mod. Now, how do we get Red Mod, and does it cost anything? Does it cost anything? No. Red Mod is totally free. So, how do we get Red Mod? For you Steam users, because I'm using Steam, minimize your browser. Minimize. We're going to be coming back to this. Minimize and launch Steam. For me, I've got a program called Fences that allows me just to have allows me to do this, so I can come over here, just like swiping on a tablet, and I'm launching Steam. And I'm going to go to Cyberpunk 2077. For here, we can go to the store page, or we can go to DLC. I'm going to go to DLC. As you can see, we popped up with the DLC page. I'm going to scroll down and click on here. Click on here, Red Mod. As you can see, it's totally free. I would also recommend getting Cyberpunk 2077 bonus content because it has a background. I also believe that you also get the like an RPG book to go with it, not a short story. There's some real nice goodies in that, but what we really want to focus on is Cyberpunk 2077 Red Mod. Click on a Cyberpunk 2077 Red Mod, and I'm just going to say View Page. As you can see, this pops all up. And for me, it's just you can read this, but all you need to do is click download. And it will download. As you can see, it didn't do anything for me because coming down here, when I click on manage my downloads, I have it already installed along with Phantom Liberty. And the size of it is about 91 megabytes. So give it if you're on a slow connection, give it some time. You can pause the video. I don't mind. For those of y'all on, of course that'll pop up. We'll come back to that later. For those of y'all on GOG, open up GOG. Come on, open up. Launching GOG. Oh, Dave, south of the circle. Yeah. For here, we could actually go to, we're on this, automatically I have it set to discover. I'm going to go to, let's see, let's go to installed because I have Cyberpunk installed on here. Cyberpunk. Check for updates. Yes, let's go over here to the slider bar icon, click on it, and come down to View in Store. It will continue. It gives us a 17 plus age warning. I myself am going to click Continue because I am over the age of 17. If not, get your parents' permission to continue. Your parents or legal guardians consent to continue. And here we are. And come down to Red Mod. As you can see, you could just automatically put it in your cart. And we can come up. We already put it in our cart. Come up here. Click on our cart. And it's already telling me I already own this content. But this is free, so for y'all, go ahead and continue the checkout process. And, yup, go ahead and pause it. Go ahead and continue the checkout process. For me, I cannot because I already own this content. And I would not continue the checkout process anyways, at least not on screen, because of sensitive personal details. But I'm just going to click remove. And I am going to close out GOG. Now, once Red Mod has been downloaded and installed, open up your browser and go back to the answer iconic add-on, or just now we will just now from now on call it the answer. Let me reposition myself. Now, what we want to do is open up the link to Archive XL. You could just click on it, just to open it up in the same window you have it on your browser. Or you could open it up in a new window. I myself like opening it up in a new tab. I'm just that way. Here we are in the mod page for Archive XL. And you feel free to read all this, but once you start downloading this like over and over again, you just know what this is. All you really need to do is know, is it the latest version? So what we need to do is come over to the file section and click on manual download. This says it needs red for text. But if we go back to the answer mod page, it says it just needs red for text. So we will also be downloading red for text as part of the answer. So right now we can disregard this part right here. So just go ahead and click on download. Our save window will pop up, asking us where we want to save this file to. My advice, save it to wherever you will remember saving it to. So for me, it's the downloads folder. For y'all, it could be directly on the desktop. It could be videos. Save to wherever it is you'll remember it to. Because we'll be going there right after we download this, this archive, this file, this folder, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the best you can remember it is. And speaking of calling it, you can even rename the file to whatever you want. As long as you remember that's what you called it. I myself am going to leave it as is because that's what I remember it as. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to close out this tab. But for y'all, don't, if you just went there, it's like with the answer, if you just clicked on it and it took you here, do not close this out. Just hit the back button. But if you opened it up in a new window, I would advise closing it. I'm going to close out this tab to go back to the answer. I'm going to minimize this window, minimize my browser. Now I am going to open up Windows Explorer. If y'all are on another system, I can't help you because I am using Windows 10. Windows keeps asking me if I want to upgrade to Windows 11, and no, I keep denying it because I'm pretty happy with Windows 10 right now. So I'm going to open up this PC. I have the shortcut on my desktop. However, some of y'all may actually have to come up here to this section of the start menu and come over and click it over here, or y'all may have to come over here to the start menu and scroll all the way down to Windows Systems and go to this PC, or y'all may just have to type in this PC and click it on here, or y'all may already have it pinned to your taskbar, like I do. If you've saved it to somewhere inside your computer, that is not your desktop. If it's on your desktop, hold on. For me, since it's in downloads, I'm going to downloads. Right here is the file that we just downloaded. I am going to reduce this window. I'm going to rearrange it a little bit, just for sake and convenience. Now, some people will say, when installing a mod like this, give me a minute, my sinus, to extract it, to like do this and come down and click on this and basically create a duplicate of the stuff that's inside this mod. I say do not. That just creates more files you have to manage later on. It doubles the information, doubles the data that's on your hard drive, which you'll have to clean up later, which you may never clean up because you haven't set your recycling bin to do that, to delete itself like after every so many weeks. So what I would best recommend is opening it either by double clicking it. For y'all righties, that's double left clicking, and for you lefties, it's double right clicking. Or if y'all just tapping on if y'all just using a touchpad, it's just double tapping. Or by opening up what I like to call this context menu. Some of them call it. Excuse me, I'm stuttering here. Call it an options menu. I like calling it a context menu because, as you can see right here, the context of what's in it changes depending on what you're hovering it over and what it's able to do. So open up this menu and click open. Now you see two folders, one titled R6 and one titled Red 4X. It's actually supposed to be red text, but I still can't get over the 4X. So, and most people would just recognize it as Red 4X. Now, where do these go? These go in the game folder, also known as the root game folder, the game dictionary, the root game dictionary. And the thing goes on and on and on, but it all it all refers to the same thing, where all the game files of the game are stored in one place. How do we get there? For you Steam users, let us just move this down a little. Well, actually, let's minimize this. You don't have to. You do not have to minimize this, But for me, I have to because this window is blocking my view and access to my Steam shortcuts. For you Steam users, you need to go basically open up Steam, go to this gear icon right here, come down to Manage, come over and go to Browse Local Files. A new window has appeared, as indicated by the flashing orange there. And automatically, it has shown us, it has appeared as the Cyberpunk 2077 and game folder. Excuse me. Which can be found in Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Cyberpunk 2077. Please disregard the fact that where Steam is installed is in a Game Drive, G, and Game Launchers. That is where I myself have installed Steam to. Yeah, I have installed Steam into a totally separate hard drive than C drive. Where's C drive? Then C drive right here. I have at least 3 different hard drives on my computer. I know for a lot of y'all, that's like, whoa, you can actually do that? And for a number of y'all said, I wish I could do that, but that's too expensive for me. I know, I was in y'all's place a few years ago. Until I just built myself my own custom computer, which works a lot, has lasted a lot longer than the store-bought ones. But anyways, that's just for me. Please disregard the G file. Most of y'all's probably just in C. Would be like C, Steam, Game Apps. But it's always under Steam, Steam Apps, Common, then a Cyberpunk 2077, unless you know what you're doing in installing your games. Now, I'm probably have some of you watchers, some of you viewers asking, well, what about GOG? Well, for you GOG users, launch GOG. Yeah, get rid of cart. And if you haven't installed, go to installed. Go to basically where you launch Cyberpunk 2077 from. Come up here to the sliding bar icon. Click it. Come down to manage and show folder. And congratulations. The GOG Cyberpunk 2077 game folder has popped up. This may look a little bit different than, say, the Steam one, because the GOG version is a little bit different than the Steam one. See, as with the Steam, we have V2077, while in the GOG, we do not. As well as the 2077 is my personal one, which I am trying to mod. While the Steam one, I clear out and reset every few days. Unless I'm planning on doing a little something for y'all. Anyways, I am going to close out the GOG folder and the launcher since we are working with Steam. I'm going to move the Steam Cyberpunk folder down here, and I'm going to bring back up the file we just downloaded. But y'all don't have to do it this way. I prefer doing it this way. Y'all can actually just have it like overriding like this, and y'all could just switch back and forth, which I just find confusing, or y'all could have it side by side. Y'all could just have it, come here. Y'all could have it side by side like this. Y'all could have it side by side, but I prefer to have it, I guess you could say, over under. Have the file I am, working on, the folder I'm working on, to be under than over. There we go. Now, how do we get R6? Let's go back. We recently just downloaded Archive XL, and we have opened up our Cyberpunk 2077 game folder. How do we get the files that we just recently downloaded into our game folder? Well, we can what we need to do is drag and drop both of these file folders and their contents into the game folder. I prefer clicking and highlighting both of these, the files in here, and just dragging and dropping. But you can just do it one by one and like that. Like, just click and copy over, or you could click on one, shift, and click on the other. But I just prefer to highlight both of them, drag, and drop. This says it's already in here, but I'm not too sure it has been updated recently. So I'm just going to click replace, because this is Archive XL. This is what I do when I'm updating like these specific mods. So these, I believe, had just been updated, so I'm going to click back. Now I'm going to leave these windows as is, so I don't have to fiddle with them. I'm going to bring up my browser. Now, we do not need to install Cyber Engine tweaks or native settings UI unless you really want to. I do not want to, so we're not going to do it. What we want to do is install Red 4X. So I'm going to open this up in a new tab. You can open it up in a new window. You can open up in a new private window. You can even just click on it like that and open it up in the same window. I am not going to open it up in the same window because I'm more likely going to close it out. So I'm going to open up in a new tab. I'm going to scroll down and look at the requirements. This mod does not have any known dependencies other than the base game. This means this mod does not require any other mod or anything else besides the main game to work. So for us to manually install it, we need to click on manual download. Save it to wherever you're going to save it to when this window pops up. And for me, it's the downloads folder. And it has shown it's been downloaded. I am going to minimize, but you can actually open up the file from here. Just open it up like that. I am not going to do that. I don't work that way. I have a process. I do not like that process being disturbed, because if that process is disturbed, I get confoozled. So, but anyways, I am going to minimize my browser. You do not see the new file I just downloaded, so I'm going to refresh. You see Red 4X has just downloaded. I am going to open it, not extract. That just adds more files to your hard drive, means more data that's taken up, and more things you're going to have to deal with later on down the road. So, and how do we get these files into here? We're going to highlight them, and we're going to drag and drop. Replace or skip these files? I think I want to replace them. Just that easy. But remember, do this for only the ones that have been updated. Like for the overwrite, or that you are sure you want to overwrite. If you're unsure, well, let's go back. If you're unsure, I'll use this as a demonstration. If you're unsure, just come up here to the upper right and hit the big red X. It will do nothing. It will abort the process. It will cease the process. It will stop it from overriding. It will cancel the transfer. So anyways, going back to the browser, closing out the Red 4X, mod page, we will want to open up a Tweak XL. Do it however you previously did. Me, it's in a new tab. And here, we look at the requirements. This requires Red 4X, or Red 4 text, or Red text, however you want to pronounce it. Again, remember we're manually downloading, so we want to click on manual download. So, and click on download. Save it to wherever you want, and remember you'll download it to once this window appears. And after it gets done downloading, minimize the browser. And if you're still in the thing, hit back. We have Tweak XL. Open it. Now highlight R6 and Red 4X. Drag and drop them into the Cyberpunk 2077 game folder. And as you see, it's asking if you want to replace these. You could just say no if this pops up for you. For me, I will hit replace because I don't know if they've recently been updated, but I want to make sure. As well as I'm doing this along with y'all. Now go back to the browser. For me, I'm closing out Tweak XL. We have already gone through the download process of Red Mod. If not, download it again. Go back and download it. I've already shown you what it is, how to get there, both on GOG and Steam. Sorry about Epic, but I don't own the game on Epic just yet, and I don't have enough free cash right now to do it. That will have to be next month, which isn't that far away, actually. Now that we have its prerequisites downloaded, how do we actually download the answer? But that was the question. What about the answer? That was a question. What about the answer? Anyways, to download the answer, remember manually, click on manual download. It is giving us a warning that it requires all these. Keep in mind, it does not exactly require CyberEngine tweaks and native settings UI. CyberEngine tweaks and native settings UI are optional requirements. They're optional if you're using the mod Unlock Me a Slot. Otherwise, you do not have to download those. So go ahead, click manual download, and just click download. Trust me on this. If you do not trust me on this, stop modding, stop the process right here, and just watch. So anyways, since it's asking us where to download this from, just go ahead and download it to wherever you'll remember. Okay, so it's telling us it's been downloaded. I'm actually going to minimize that, minimize the browser. I'm going to go back to my downloads folder. Now I'm going to open up the answer. Now we see three folders here. We see bin, we see mods, and we see R6. Some of y'all will probably automatically think mods belong in. Do not follow me on this one. Do not automatically jump to the conclusion. Do not automatically place this here. You may already think mods goes in whatever's in here. The answer goes into archive, PC, mod. Like we already have some right here. We have DocWorks and Virtual Car Dealer. No, that is just basic mods. The answer is a red mod. Red mods are installed a little differently. Red mods are installed via mods, the mod name, like the answer, archives, then this. It's a little bit confusing. As you can see in Cyberpunk 2077, we actually have a folder called mods. This is where all archives of red mods go. So, just drag and drop all 3 of these into the Cyberpunk 2077 folder. Into the Cyberpunk 2077 game folder. We should be good to go. So, I'm going to minimize both of these windows. I'm going to open up Steam, and I'm going to click on play. Now, here's an important thing about red mods. They will not load unless you have red mod installed. Let's think this through, Crow. You will not be able to use red mods made with red mod unless you have the red mod DLC installed, as well as having this, say, gear icon, which will not be there unless you have the red gear icon. Just download red mod and follow these instructions. Click on this gear. If this is like this, if it says enable mods, and this is on the left, make sure to click it on the right. This right here is introduced with red mod for us mod end users, us users of mods. This is part of red mod. If you don't have red mod installed, you can't use red mod mods. If you don't have red mod, you can't use red mods. Ergo, you can't use the answer. Also, basically, you can't use mods, period, because you won't have this here, and you won't be able to enable mods. So, with all my tongue twisted out of the way, hit play. This will come up. This will tell you if your red mods and your mods have loaded into the game successfully. And if it does, it will be green across the board, and your game will launch soon, within a few seconds, depending on how heavily you've modded your game. I know, today I'm all over the board, but my head's starting to really hurt. Now, for us, we want to load a game. Most of y'all probably already have a game, and you just want to go get the weapon. A few of y'all probably are starting a new game. But for us, we're going to load a game. And I am going to load one relatively... You know what? Let's do Down on the Street, this one.
Howdy, howdy, Night City. Welcome back. My guest tonight is Lieutenant Sarah Kokoski, spokeswoman for the NCPD. Hi there. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Ziggy. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we don't have any weapons equipped. And where we want to go to get the answer is Wilson at Second Amendment, which is in V's Mega Tower, V's Mega Block, which is a Mega Block 10.
Funny ass shit go downs off. Some juvie sporting fake IDs try to sling.
Please tell me I don't gotta do the shooting competition. Oh, these dudes.
I told you. You ain't got a warrant, you ain't coming in.
Damn it, Barry. Can't we just talk?
Still nothing?
Petrova told me your last case was a real ballbuster.
Talk about an echo in here.
Would it kill you to show a little
Had a similar situation once, you know?
worried about you?
Fucking child killer.
From the very first
Dirtbag
stages
was
of
on the
food
head of the
consumption, we bring you bottom quality.
Who do I spy? The
Wilson!
new gun owner, I hope.
Let's see what you got. And here it is, the answer. And as you can see, it is totally free. And as you can see, it wasn't in like. Well, actually, the base. Oh, we showed the base, but it is dependent. The stats are more dependent on your character. And we'll get a better look at it. As you can see, it is just a Unity pistol. Just bog basic for right now. No good, happy together, ended together. Now let's go. It's just a Unity pistol from looks, but
I mean,
this thing has a little bit of a kick to it.
they all wear these geometric patterns. Subtle accessories, not usually monochrome.
Enjoying the weather? Average temperature
And
have remained.
let's go over here. Points of service, nope. Scanner hustle. Jumping down would hurt. All this trouble. I could jump it.
I'm Jane Jordan with N54 News, and this is your local latest. The NCPD has urged caution when using data terms. A routine inspection has shown many have been corrupted with malware. Police experts have confirmed the identified virus in a street.
Let's take this one.
Thursday, Friday, whatever works for you.
Yeah, you better run. Slow rate of fire. Not bad, considering. I didn't realize it was these guys. But yeah, it's slower than a usual Unity. So let's also pick somewhere else. And this time, recoil reduction and what? I don't get the required on a tier higher than. Okay. Let's upgrade this sucker. See what it's like at its final tier. And let's go with basically the kind of standard one everybody gets, the Taipan. You know what? And fast travel points. See how OP a silenced Unity is. Silenced Unity, Phantom Liberty. That's a bit too. That's a bit. Why am I doing that? I'm just kind of curious of what they have. I know y'all are raging me. Pick up the loot. Pick up the loot. Ooh, nice one. And let's go to this one. You can get up there.
Oh, not us! What the hell is this?
You tell me. Guess they weren't it, huh? Silencer on this thing is OP. Just right in. Come on, right in. Gotta run fast.
Make it quick for you! And her!
What I got? What I got? He shot. Well, technically I shot first, but he shot first. There you come in. I could just. Because there's another assault just right out here. No tanku. What about Cetus? Cadus, however you pronounce it. That's your own dudes, dude. Ah, these dudes.
We're gonna be talking some good news tonight. We're gonna be talking about one of my favorite places, the Pacific Northwest. Since Biotechnica took over there way back during the time of the Red, they've been making a forest grow. The spotted owls are nesting again, and I even heard that Sasquatch is back. And if any of you can get me an interview, I'd really like that. But it's not all paradise, folks. There's something else going on. Armalaria solidities.
Tigers! Fed!
Damn it!
It's like a mutter, don't it? Yeah, this is OP.
Simulation. Oh, that sounds interesting. I decided this was worth looking into, so I got a friend of mine to get me some samples
Oh, fudge. Woo!
of that fungal restoration.
Gotta go fast.
And smack dab in the middle of it is a biotechnical black lab. It's not that strange, except that the place is linked
Let me guess.
in a big way. Transmission towers, sat dishes, what looks like...
Wait, do the cops even come down over here?
Why all the comms? Well, I think it's because they're out there building an AI made of mushrooms. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but why not? It's been known for a century that microresonant networks are capable of processing data, similar to our data digital networks. And a construction like this would let Biotechnica fly to the net watch restrictions on AIs, because no one wants to end up like EBM. But what I still don't know, listeners, is what that AI would be for. Cryptoanalysis? Net weapon? Gen X simulation? So, if any of you are planning to take a trip up north, do me a favor and flip over a few logs and let me know what you find. I'll be interested.
Well, folks, I actually think this is a good point to call the showcase part, the gameplay part of this stream, of this broadcast, an end and give my final opinions. So, final opinions. I really like this gun. It's overpowered. Especially when you put a silencer on it. There, put it on growl. And let's reduce so I can hear myself talk. So yeah, this weapon is incredibly OP. Especially just by itself, it's OP. Put a silencer on it, it's even more OP. It fires slower, has a more of a kick than a usual Unity. I usually don't use unities, but hey, what you gonna do? This is great for if you just want a regular power pistol but with the ability to shoot through. As you can see, it actually does shoot through. Actually, that didn't shoot through. That shot through. That shot through. That shot through. That shot through. Yeah, this just shoot through. This pistol just shoots through. There is a version, I don't think I'll be showcasing the optional version of this that that doesn't shoot through but gives it a little bit more ability, just gives it a little bit harder punch, I believe, and a firing speed. But for what this thing is, pretty good. Question, if I do this, come on, crouch, do that, does it fire all? Yeah, it looks to fire through this, through there, and possibly through here.
Station's gaining a heap of traction, reaching way more of you than ever before. No, more than I ever thought.
But yeah, real final opinion. I like this weapon. I'm going to keep it installed. Do I recommend you download it? Yes, I recommend you download it for no other reason to have another option for you to have for another weapon in game.
Right, Toombs.
So, yeah.
Another Growl FM original.
Could this be more improved? Yes. Will I improve it? Yes, by installing the options to have it adding the ability to modify it with like a Dragon's Breath, a reload for the magazine to be a reload after I swap, things like that. But otherwise, yeah, just a good old gun, especially overpowered for stealth. If you put a silencer on it, if you put a compensator on it, say like just a yokai, still overpowered. Come and get me! See, it doesn't even have that kick that it normally would. You notice it just doesn't even have that normal kick. Come get me! I know I would have taken this to the range, but I didn't feel like it.
Let's finish this!
This doesn't have really the reload speed to for an all-out gunfight. This is more of a this is more for stealth missions, in my opinion, or when you need something heavy this is more of a backup weapon.
Fuck! Job ain't worth this shit!
Yeah, as you see here, it's... Yeah, but... Yeah, let's just keep going on until V dies, and then I'll just shut the stream off. Yeah, you see, it's not that great in a stand-up fight, but hey. Anyways, that was my final opinions. I'm keeping it. I'm downloading it. I would recommend you do the same. This is a pretty solid weapon, pretty solid pistol, and hey, More of this stuff in games, not that bad. And it actually has a lore to it. It's just Wilson tinkering again, which it has been established. He does that. What happened when he fired it for the first time? I want to know what happened to the other side of the range, what happened. And who that round hit. But anyways, folks, I gotta say, that's the end of the stream, end of the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Do what you normally do at the end of these. Like, subscribe, share the video around, leave a comment, downvote. Do whatever. But remember, why enter the arena if you don't have to? Especially when you have me around. Until next time, folks. Catch you on the bounce. Later.